Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Vijayan. He's the co-founder and CEO of Tekion and former CIO of Tesla to discuss the current challenges facing the automotive world and why he believes that AI and machine learning are needed now more than ever. Jay, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Hey, Jill. Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
You got it. What lessons were learned while working at Tesla, and how are they being applied to Tekion?
Yeah. In the order of priority, the first one is consumer experience. How can you use technology to deliver a simple and seamless consumer experience? That said, we all know, automotive industry, it's a century-old industry. For several decades, there has been fragmentation added, most of the time unconsciously. I think this is where technology, specifically AI and ML, can be used to eliminate friction and make this process simple and seamless for consumers as well as businesses.
How will Chat GPT impact the car buying business?
Great question. Everyone is talking about Chat GPT, yeah? Right. So I'm sure audiences know, right, that Chat GPT is using one specific form of neural network architecture, which is pretty much pre-trained using massive amount of data where the deep learning algorithms get pre-trained so that it can give the right, sift through heaps and heaps of data and provide the right output to consumers and also to businesses. So ChatGPT is going to be very, I would say, instrumental in transforming the experience of consumers. So a couple of simple examples is, as consumers, we do our shopping online, we go search for information, and a tool like ChatGPT will make this process significantly easy versus people going to, various websites to get the information. They can get the information in one place, right? So bring all the information that they are looking for in one place and potentially provide pointers, recommendations, and in future, hopefully, even guided actions that they could take. I think it's going to be very instrumental in how the industry is transforming.
It sounds like technology, these newer technologies, AI, ML, Chat GPT, it really is working to, in one theory, to improve the customer experience process. Do you think that it can also simplify it and make it more efficient, not just for businesses, but for the consumer as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. So two things. Great question, right? So one is from a business perspective. Today, businesses run in very complex software. What I mean by that is I've been there before in the past. I've been in this industry for the last, 2 decades, from the enterprise software, then cloud SaaS software, then moving into automotive using AI and ML for enabling this consumer experience as well as the business experience. Absolutely, yes. From a business perspective, as I mentioned earlier, there has been decades-old complexities that has been added. Everything from processes to systems. That creates a lot more frictionful process for consumers. So without solving the problem for businesses, you can't solve it for consumers. Even if you solve it, it's going to be very superficial. So it's very important to solve it for the businesses. That's exactly what Tekion's mission is, and that's exactly what we are doing. Solving it comprehensively for the businesses. In this case, it is the retail network, the dealerships, and all of the manufacturers, all the big brands, so that we can deliver a platform that takes in all of the complexity and then deliver the simplicity so that they can provide the simplest and the seamless experience for their consumers.
Well, it's interesting because it would have been great to have this seamless experience as we're going through the height of COVID-19 when we had supply chain disruptions. It sounds as if we were to have another event like that. Once we have AI and ML in place, it should make disruptions less disruptive, if you will, because you should be able to anticipate it more and be able to adjust your supply chain and logistics in theory, right?
Yeah, I was going to start by saying, hopefully we don't have another event like this. But you're right, absolutely. I think this is going to make things much simpler, easier for businesses. Of course, we have work to do in adopting to the technology, because as any trend you may have seen over a period of time, right? Any trend goes through cycles. There's a big hype cycle, then it kind of settles down to reality where application comes into picture, where it is best used to deliver value to everyone. I think we are in the hype cycle, and hopefully we will get to a reality cycle relatively soon. Then you will see a lot of value delivered through it.
So Jay, to wrap up here, what does the future of EV market look like, and how will it impact the auto industry overall?
Yeah, definitely it's big. It's an obvious answer I'm sure you're hearing from everywhere. But I would say this, there are a couple of barriers to EVs becoming mainstream. Again, big items known, but I want to reiterate, the number one is the cost of making EVs, and so that for consumers, it's much more affordable. I think that still a lot of work to be done, making the whole EV building process to be much more cheaper so that the consumers can get it at a more affordable price. And the distribution chain between the manufacturers and the retail network, there is enough margins to make, because any businesses, as you know, people have to make some amount of money in between to make it sustainable. So I would say those are the two important things. So one is the cost reduction in the distribution channel, make it affordable for consumers. And then the third one, I think it's happening much faster, is the infrastructure for EVs. Charging networks for home, charging networks for the public utility as well.
All right, Jay, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global
Glad to be
Marketing
here.
Reporter.
Thank you, Jill.
You're welcome.